So you nerds are all down in the rat hole.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
What is Nath's, like, immediate... I mean, I guess his immediate response was to make the place more secure.
Yep.
I guess that kind of answers the question.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's hash this out. Where does this conversation go?
Damn, you're pretty paranoid.
Have you ever seen an illithid eat someone's brain alive?
Not yet.
Because that's my oldest memory.
Actually, Liberation kind of has.
Have I?
Yeah. That mimic that killed Mahogany that one time did so with the tentacle brain suck move.
Oh yeah, that's a thing that happened.
Also, we have
Mahogany can honestly say no because he didn't see it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Wasn't pleasant. Don't want to go through that again.
You might say I'm being paranoid, but believe me, this is a basic level precaution, and we'll do it for now until we can find better ones, assuming we're going to be working together. And at any rate, my name is Nath, and he will pull back his cloak and show the Harmonium badge.
Okay, whoa! I didn't sign up for no Harmonium gig.
I'm working with Hallis Dwarf, or more to the point, I'm working for people who have agreeable opinions on the way the world should work with Hallis Dwarf.
Where's your proof that you're working with Hallis Dwarf? Because all that you have to prove right now is your word.
We can go and speak to the man. He gave me this badge. I actually have a much higher ranking one, but he wanted me to infiltrate the local cell. I'm not from... Well, I've been to Sigil. I'm obviously from Limbo. I don't particularly usually get along very well with Harmonium members out here.
I tell you what, we'll pretend that you're telling the truth for now, because going and talking with him sounds really boring. And we'll send him a message later. It'll be great.
If you wish. At any rate, he told me to talk to you people, because right now we've received word that something might be going down, where the Harmonium or maybe one of these other factions, kind of throws air quotes around that, might be trying to make a move on him. Yes, and I am I am a bodyguard by profession of no small ability.
Oh, great. You're hired.
I didn't realize that we were getting paid for this.
Oh, you don't even need to get paid? You're double hired.
So I'd be making twice nothing.
Right. I'm glad that you're quick on the uptake. That's useful in this business.
At any rate, I was wondering if any of you knew anything about anyone who might be looking to grab him right now.
Grab Hallis Dwarf?
Oh, his compound seems pretty secure. I think the people, they checked out. They let me in mostly because they saw the logic that if I was from the city Harmonium, I would have had 50 guards behind me, and I didn't. But it didn't look like a security failure on his part, but I haven't gone to the barracks yet. Decided to speak to you people first. Also, where is Riot, and are there any other members of your group I should be aware of?
Yeah, there's this other Burke named Kelian. He's actually pretty good.
You'll like him. He works with you people.
Yeah.
Probably won't like Riot.
Nah.
I was told as much.
Riot will probably be infuriating, but she grows on you.
So is this where you live? Is this your base of operations? Or is
this place sucks. I don't live here. Are you serious?
Or is this just where you throw magical boats and large amounts of coin?
Yeah, that's about the size of it. I mean, Serenity lived here before, but
Is that the one that you lost recently?
Yeah.
You have my condolences. Wath had nothing but good things to say about her.
Well, that's what we have.
It sucks, but it's what she wanted, so.
Well, at any rate, I'm going to probably tomorrow spend some time at the barracks, figure out what I can get away with pretending to be a namer.
Have fun with that.
A low-level hardhead could not show up drunk for half their shifts. I mean, for what I know, the high-level ones do it anyway, and so they're not really going to notice.
It's all just garbage. So just show up, then you come talk to us instead. Say that
I'm going to try and see if I can't learn anything about people who might be going behind Dwath's back that he trusts, or anyone who knows anything about a move on him.
No, that's stupid. They're all trying to kill Dwath. Here's what you're going to do instead. There's someone trying to take
just sort of
out
crosses his
Factal.
arms and gives you this amused smile. Just, the very thin, Githzerai, ever so slight smile.
There's someone who's trying to take out a Factal. And if you're going to be working with us and being the new Serenity around here, she was very interested in this.
I don't know.
On so many levels.
I don't know. He doesn't have the build for Serenity. I mean, he's not built like a tank.
He's a bodyguard. He's probably just got magic muscles. Like I get.
I can assure you I'm no pushover when it comes to combat, though I'd prefer to solve problems by avoiding combat and making sure that people understand what they're doing and where they should be at any given time.
See, listen to all those words. He's probably an amazing wizard.
You sweet summer child. Listen, if you're going to be working with us, you're going to learn very, very quickly that combat is inevitable with us most of the time.
How are you at breathing nothing?
Water and air. Air obviously is easy. Water is hard.
No, see, I said
doable.
nothing. You're gonna need to be very clear about these things.
Nothing isn't quite something that I have the ability to breathe.
Right, nothing isn't quite something. You're right.
I mean, obviously on Limbo I could stabilize a bit of something.
Yeah,
that's not exactly nothing.
Yeah, we did
Exactly.
that before. It's not a good time.
We're gonna get along great. So, about how someone's trying to kill a Factal. And
He opens up.
Mahogany...
He sits down and pulls out a notebook and starts taking notes.
Yeah, and Mahogany starts giving him the gist, the rundown of the situation.
So that he will die this year.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna die this year.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's prophecy. It's... Look, listen, you're a member of our club, and Mahogany waves his fingers. It's magic.
No, I've already noted divination. Don't worry, it's a category of knowledge.
Okay, great. So here's the problem though, is everyone says everyone is always trying to kill him, right? And so that they don't need to worry about it because people are always trying to kill him. But what they don't get is that that's different because someone's not trying to kill him; they're going to kill him.
So they've already killed him, and they're going to kill him again.
Exactly. See?
Because that's how time works, somehow. I don't understand it. That's how time works.
They killed him in the future past.
Causality gets weird sometimes. You learn to take it in stride. Try not to punch too many holes in time. It just makes the bookkeeping difficult.
No, again, punching holes with Serenity. We don't do that.
We're more surgical in our application of force.
Mahogany's standing right there,
All right, well, I guess I could potentially work with you, though. My number one goal is obviously to keep Dwath safe. Those are my orders.
Yeah,
you said to work with you people, so...
Well, I'm all
So there you go. From the man himself.
At any rate, tomorrow I will be investigating the Hardheads, as I believe they're called around here. Seems a little derogatory. And I will also do my own investigation now that I know where Dwath is, to see if there's any obvious security holes I can puncture.
Well,
report that to his bodyguards. After that, is there a place I should meet you?
Well, here's the thing about it. Like, you say it's derogatory calling them hardheads, but I mean, are they really worth being referred to by their official faction name?
It might remind them what they're supposed to be doing.
My faction name's too long, so I barely bother with it.
Anyway, Hollow Records, just a few blocks away from there. There's a temple to the goddess Aasimar. That's usually where we end up congregating.
Mm-hmm. Also, I have a shop here. It's also filled with all kinds of garbage, so don't steal it. Nothing that we have to worry about that from you, hey, Mr. Hardhead? He slaps him on the back.
I will allow that once, but I would prefer if you use the given faction name.
What's that?
The Harmonium.
Liberation clears his throat and just says, "This is going to go wonderfully."
What if we used a different, less derogatory nickname? How do you like the heads?
That does not even make any sense.
Well, you're thinkers, right?
The head part comes from being hard heads, not from being head hards. It's because they do it. We do things our way, or we do things the hard way. As
listen. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm not going to call you the hards.
You can call me Nath.
You got it, Nath.
Is there anything else? Would you prefer me to keep this barrier up for the duration, or should I dismiss it before I leave?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're the bodyguard. Do whatever you think is safest.
It would probably alarm your people if they were to show up and see a wall of darkness without knowing why.
No, it probably wouldn't. They would probably think that's about right.
I don't know.
And thank you, by the way. I think in the future when I use that spell, I probably won't use the dimensional walking, at least here in Sigil.
Yeah, you might find your job a lot harder if you get flayed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't fuck with the ladies' doors. Just don't fuck.
So tomorrow night at your temple?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
Sure. Sounds like fun.
See you there.
You'll bow. How do I open this on the way out?
Just walk through. It's easy to get out. It's tricky to get in.
No, I think it was a rat the both ways.
And he walks into the wall.
So you're saying we have a bunch of live rats here?
I'm double checking here.
That seems improbable.
Yeah, it's a rat both ways.
Oh, well then.
So the rats have some entrance and egress into this little room somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's magic. It's fine. So we pop a rat out from a wall. Here, use this. We're coming too, though, so I mean, not to break up your dramatic exit, but...
He nods, pulls out his knife, stabs the rat, and steps through the portal.
No.
The portal doesn't open when you stab it.
You gotta no. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta snap the rat's neck. That's how that works.
And it still doesn't work because you just broke the neck of a dead rat.
Liberation goes and fetches a live rat and snaps its neck.
You're not getting any experience for all these rats, by the way.
Mahogany leaves quickly because, for all he knows, we're about to run out of rats.
I
already got the summoning things to kill them talk.
What are nighttime actions tonight? Start with Riot.
Riot has a couple of really dumb things she's going to try in the comfort and privacy of her own home.
Okay.
Dumb things.
What about Liberation? What's his action tonight?
Liberation is going to go back to Haz's shop.
In the middle of the night?
Is it already closed by this point?
Well, it will be. Yeah, this is like midnight.
Oh. Alright, well I guess I'll hit him up tomorrow morning then.
So what are you doing instead?
Is sleeping an option?
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping is a thing that I'll do.
Mahogany?
Yeah, I don't have anything special to do. But I mean, if I'm going to be already talking to somebody at the church tomorrow, I'm just going to go sleep there. It's closer.
Nath?
Nath will present himself at the harmonium. Say that he just got into the city, that he's interested in picking up some shifts, but right now he just needs a good night's rest. To also give a fake name.
Okay, and what's Kelian doing tonight?
He's gonna go to church. Right.
Okay. Nath.
So you get there, Mahogany's asleep in your bed.
Make a charisma deception check. Unless there's some magical trick you have up your sleeve.
Nope, that'd be a 0.
A 0?
Well, our so he's not an infiltrator. He's not an infiltrator. Got it.
When you give the fake name, they don't buy it. And they treat you with just barely a shred of the respect you're used to receiving from fellow Harmonium.
He doesn't actually... That doesn't throw him at all, because he doesn't really think these guys are going to treat someone who just shows up as a private very well, so...
They tell you that if you tell them what your name really is and stop playing games, maybe they'll let you scrub out the chamber pots.
Dwarf didn't give me a name, did he?
He gave you the name
Oh, did he?
Said, yeah, he said to tell you that you're a private under such and
Sebastian.
Well, no,
Torp.
yeah, I gave my commander's name. He didn't give me a name.
Okay. No, he didn't give you a fake name.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll just say, I mean, I don't know. Maybe word doesn't get back and forth from Arcadia that quickly. I mean, I've been working under... What's the character's name? I've been working under Sebastian Torp for a number of years.
They don't arrest you. They bring you into the barracks. They find a spot for you to sleep with a dozen or so other unwashed, low-level hardheads. But you get the distinct feeling you're being watched the whole time you're there. Eventually, word gets around. The name Sebastian Torp has no muscle in this place. It's exactly as Dwarf told you. He's a middle management nobody who's been assigned to Arcadia and hasn't seen action in years. But that gets you inside of the barracks. Are you going to do anything in there tonight, or just you're established and going to sleep?
Right now, I'm just going to sleep, establish myself as one of the low-level namers, probably.
Okay.
Drink a little bit more, or at least appear to drink a little bit more than I should the next morning, if I can get go to the local bar.
Oh no, there's a strict lights out. Yeah.
No, I mean the next morning.
Oh, the next morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Riot has some things you want to accomplish at the temple.
Right. So, first off, I'm going to say that I saw, like, once Yashnars came on board and she started performing the ceremony spell, Riot was dumbfounded. It's like, we can do that? Like, that's a cleric thing? Huh. So she's going to try it for herself tonight using 25 GP worth of powdered silver. First, I am going to cast out of my fork. I'm going to give myself Dolphin's Wisdom via Enhance Ability.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend the next hour casting Ceremony Atonement.
Atonement?
Mm-hmm.
To what end?
I touch a willing creature whose alignment has changed.
Okay.
And I make an insight check, and on a success, I restore that target to its original alignment.
And your goal is to restore your own alignment?
Uh-huh.
Make the check, the insight check, but make it at disadvantage.
Okay. Now wait, even with the advantage I just gave myself?
Well, it cancels out the wisdom, basically. The difficulty is this isn't just like a normal magical effect. Like an actual goddess did that to you.
Right, and I'm treating the same goddess to undo it.
So that's
the
what's causing the
disadvantage.
difficulty.
Yeah, the disadvantage and the advantage cancel out?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, then... That's a 25.
And what's the, I feel like I've asked this question before. What's the exact, like, message in NetHack when you do something your god doesn't like? Like, you hear the peal of distant thunder?
Right.
The difference is Riot just gives the middle finger.
So that switches Riot back to chaotic good?
It does.
And how does that change her outlook on the alignment chaotic good?
I'll think about while the people are doing their night of actions, because let me just do the other thing
Okay.
Which is, I figure that because when you die you become a petitioner, you're still you even if you don't remember anything.
That's not actually true.
Oh no.
And it's not totally unheard of, but let's put it this way. It would be like two twins being born to the same parents, being separated at birth, and growing up across the world, and then just happening to run into each other at a coffee shop someday. When you become a petitioner, you belong more to the plane than you do to yourself. So the chance of like Serenity appearing as Serenity would be infinitely small. There are stories of it happening, but it's very uncommon.
Okay, well, I'm going to cast Sending on Serenity anyway, just in case, like, the person that she is still exists, even if it's not as that Earth Genasi woman I knew.
And the spell just doesn't function. It just it doesn't reach out to anybody.
Okay, just curious about that. All right, and I'll work on figuring out what that means for my alignment while everyone else is doing stuff.
There's no other nighttime actions. Everyone else went to sleep.
Oh, okay. I gotta be honest with you, I don't have an answer because I 100% expect you to tell me that just nothing happens.
What do you mean nothing happens?
When I cast the ceremony spell.
Oh no, that happened. You passed that check.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that took place. Osprum's not happy about it, but I would expect nothing else of somebody who's been in her service for 6 months now and still hasn't advanced to level 2. I'll say this, if on the off chance you actually say I'm going to take Cleric level 2, Osprey might have words to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Osprey.
Sucks.
So going to some morning actions. What's Riot doing that morning?
Gonna meet with Marcel.
Okay. And you're still bringing them back to the temple to meet?
Yeah.
What's Liberation doing that morning?
Oh wait, unless it's a day that I can't. What day is today?
Today is...
Oh, what day of the week it is?
Yeah, that's what I'm checking here. Today's market day.
Yeah, so I know Yashnars was very particular about not conducting business in the temple on a certain day.
On Ring Day.
On Ring Day. But that's not today.
No.
Okay.
It would be tomorrow, actually.
All right.
So today's a good day for it.
So what's Liberation doing this morning?
Going back down to Haz's shop.
Haz's shop. And Mahogany?
I'm going to talk to Riot. She's conveniently brought herself to here this morning, so.
And Nath?
Am I able to pick up a shift from the barracks or not?
They'll give you assignments, but if you take assignments, you'll be pretty much locked down at the barracks all day.
They don't have anything that would just be like the first 8 or 12 hours?
I mean, they're not sending you out on a patrol or anything. They're going to have you in the barracks doing menial tasks. But yeah, for an 8-hour shift.
I mean, if it's morning, I should still be able to meet the others in the evening, so that'll work.
Okay. Roll a wisdom perception check, and just keep that score to yourself for now. What's Kelian doing this morning?
He wants to know what Nylesia's up to, what her schedule is for the next few days.
And how does he try to go about this information?
That is a good question. I think he'd try to tap into the locksmith network again, trying to see if he can get information from those low-level grunts who know better than don't know better than not to talk about that kind of shit.
Okay. And where are you doing this from? Are you going to just call the information into Locksmith HQ?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do Riot and Mahogany first. So, this next morning, I have the character's name here. Don't tell me. I thought I had it. Here it is. Eriador. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Is up and moving around. He's been nourished enough and has received magical healing at this point. And so whatever time of morning Riot's done playing around with ceremonies and such in her private room, comes back down to the main temple chamber. Eriador is already there in silent prayer. And Mahogany also enters the room, having slept at the temple last night.
I'll greet Mahogany. Leave Eriador to his devices.
I say, hey, Riot, good to see you. Glad you came home last night. So,
Yeah. How have things been with you?
pretty interesting. We did a couple things. Met somebody.
Oh,
But
I found something important you gotta know.
Okay.
I think I might have found a way to crack that no air problem, but I'll need your help with it.
All right, what do we talk about here?
There's a spell apparently druids can cast, called No Breath. And it sounds like the only problem we're going to have is that the material component is rare, expensive, and dangerous to own. But once we've got it...
Well, it's just, I already know what breath is. I don't know how this is going to help us.
No, it's called No Breath. Like, you cast it on a bunch of people and they don't need to breathe anymore.
Oh, okay, got ya.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard to understand you sometimes, Riot.
Mm-hmm. Don't sweat it. I'm here to explain. You know, I'll repeat myself if I gotta.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you should go check out this merchant's name. I don't know. In the bazaar, get yourself hooked up with that. This kind of fungus is what he called it, and you should be able to take care of us in the abyss.
Okay, and you already paid for it?
Well, I already gave all my money away. I'm a charitable lady.
Gonna be real with you, Riot.
Yeah.
Not the world's richest person here. What you want is Kelian, not me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can talk to Kelian. You guys can work out the arrangements. I mean, all that financial stuff is really not my business.
Yeah, I agree. So, so I'll go do that. I need to talk to Kelian.
Okay.
Could you be here tonight to meet new Serenity?
Sorry? You've, wait, is this not like some unholy ritual we're talking about?
No, I leave that stuff to you.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you found a replacement for Serenity?
I mean, the Plains found us a replacement for Serenity. It's what she would have wanted. Us to keep going out and doing stuff, right?
So a new cipher, then?
Not exactly. You'll see tonight. Don't worry about it. So I'll go talk to Kelian.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Talk to you later.
I'll meet new Serenity. What's she like?
She male.
He's just hollering at him leaving the temple door. Toad's a penis! So, right, you call a meeting of your anarchist cell as Mahogany is trekking across Sigil in search of Kelian.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the haps? What do you have for them?
Well, one thing I have for him is a whole bunch of platinum.
So you're going to funnel some more money into it?
Yeah.
Part of what this money can be used for is for the cell to deflect any blowback from Longbuckle, if need be.
Yeah.
If you instruct them to do so.
Yeah, and I'll tell them about the shaky arrangement we have with Large Buckle, which is that he can help us with figure out whoever Nightleaf is talking to. The downside is he expects a lot that I'm not prepared to give.
So you're going to peel him.
We're going to peel him.
And they're on board with that.
All right.
Do you tell them who Longbuckle is, like where he's working?
Yeah. I mean, they ought to know.
And they tell you it sounds like he's been in so long that he's not an anarchist anymore anyway.
But that's Riot's feeling as well. Riot feels that people who value their own position within a different faction over the work of the anarchists are not anarchists.
And also, he probably never blows anything up.
Yeah, also that. Or gets anybody into trouble, least of all himself. I won't specifically mention to my people, exactly what he told me, the information he gave me to, impress me, basically.
Yeah.
I'll tell him the kind of stuff he knows and has done nothing about is shocking. So yeah, once we get the word on him from that arrangement is over. And we're going to use it to move on Nilesia. So I just called this meeting to let you know that that's a plan for anybody who objects to raise that objection now, because I value everybody's opinion, of course.
No, they like the plan. Peeling this poor bastard. A tidbit of new information they have for you is that Nylesia, very recently, within the last few weeks, part of an order for her personal effects, her rations and things, includes a kind of like medicinal drink that is primarily used as a contraceptive. Kind of like the like moon tea in Game of Thrones, similar. There's no reason a woman would need this unless, and then one of them just says, "We think she has a new man." She's on the rebound from Darkwood, apparently.
Well, a woman like that probably wouldn't hook up with anybody unless they were extremely powerful. I mean, whoever it is, she's using them the same way she used Darkwood.
And they're happy to continue looking into it.
All right. I mean, that's all good and kind of juicy information.
So you instructed them to take the money to continue to finance that operation, and then safeguard themselves from any blowback from Longbuckle.
Right. They get 200 platinum for that.
That's a lot of money.
You gave me a lot of money, and I have to give 90% of it away to the cause.
I have to roll on a table. It wasn't my decision. It's just...
I went to Large Buckle first because I figured this is money I can use for the cause.
Mm-hmm.
This is like cause spending, but I wanted to have all that money first in case Large Buckle asked for a lot of it.
So going back to Haz's shop, Mr. Liberation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you already going back? Are you addicted?
No, I'm not addicted.
Are we gonna have to do a very special episode?
A very special, yeah. No,
Has.
yeah,
He didn't bring Kelian along.
nah.
Want some Haz's hash, if you know what I'm saying.
And it's. I don't. I'm trying to think here. Liberation. These people he hangs around with. They're his friends. Like, it would be weird. I think he would think it would be weird if he was to try and pursue someone within the group. Like we're getting stabbed together. Like that's just something that just doesn't gel well with pillow talk.
Are you explaining this to Haz?
No, not really. That's just kind of his. That's just kind of his thought process.
So what's
the worst?
What's your approach with Haz? I mean, he asks if you hear from more of the Arborian blend that he made you.
It was a little bit strong, I will admit, and had a little more kick than I was expecting. So, but I was thinking maybe if we throttled it back just a little bit.
He says he can cut it with something bland and tasteless. Maybe something from the Grey Wastes.
I don't think we need to go that far. But, you know what?
Like, oh my god, it's adorable. Like,
yeah,
it's a fictional character, and he's still really nervous. Like,
yeah.
Did you like?
You only live 6 times.
Don't you have a fiance? How did that happen?
It was an accident.
Did you during the break? Did you like go to the mirror and like put on a nice shirt and comb your hair?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Also, not for anything, but hasn't Riot and Kelian slept together at one point?
I think so.
That sounds right.
Liberation doesn't know that.
Okay. All right.
You should just assume.
So what's your approach with Haz? How do you transition this relationship from purely business to getting the D? I mean, he's a satyr. His legs bend backwards.
What Brick is saying is, this isn't going to be difficult. This is a very low DC.
I'm thinking Liberation's I think is the kind of guy that would take it slow. So how do you feel about some tea? Some tea. Talk. Just talk about swap stories, that kind of thing.
He's a satyr. He doesn't take anything slow. But he is very amused by the proposition.
So you want some tea or not?
Make a straight charisma check at disadvantage.
Yeah. It's a 10. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to belief point that.
What is the
I believe I want to bang this satyr.
what is the exact NetHack phrasing for when the succubus enjoys it more than you do?
I think that is it.
Is that it?
Yeah, succubus enjoys it more than you, and then a variety of effects.
See, does spending a belief point when working at disadvantage work like the lucky token, or is that?
Yeah, it's pretty much
All
the
right.
same thing. You just
That's an 18.
okay.
Liberation, he's like he wants an actual like relationship at this.
Hang
point.
on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to point one thing out. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
Liberation
Mhm.
and Kelian went out to see Aunt Nancy, who told them, if you guys tank, the next endeavor you embark upon, you're in. Immediately, both of them went back and tried to do something and spent lucky tokens and fate points to succeed.
Well, this is an Aunt Nancy stuff. This is us doing dumb things.
Also, I have an answer for that. At least for now. His answer is going to change once he is introduced to the new member of the party, but that hasn't happened yet.
Continue this adorable romance.
During the course of conversation with Haz, he is absolutely not interested in any kind of relationship. If you just want to roll in the hay, he's down.
Mhm.
But it will just be meaningless sex. And he tells you it will be terrific. Arborians smoke hard and they love hard.
Oh, dude.
Dude, maybe you can change him.
Is my D&D campaign about to turn into a Lifetime original movie?
Yeah. Liberation's down. I don't think we need to go into the mechanics of it all.
Well, I mean,
But
first,
Liberation's down.
he absolutely slips you some ecstasy. Like, that happens first.
Okay.
He's got a blend of something or other from somewhere, probably still from Arborea. The satyr enjoys it more than you do.
Of course he does.
You have a headache. One of your items is randomly unblessed. I don't know if that's
I
one
know
of
what
your
item it
effects.
is.
I don't.
Oh wow.
I don't think that's one of the things that can happen. But you can't lose a level.
Make me a... Monks are not immune to charm, are they? They're immune to fear.
Yeah. They're not
No,
immune
they
to
are.
either. They can.
I can force it to end.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're not immune to it. Like, he can stick it in the first place. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what he's gonna do. I mean...
Oh!
Then he's gonna try to second place.
You know, as many places as he has. Make a wisdom saving throw. DC is only 13.
So the satyr's not that good.
That's a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a business to keep up during the day. So he invites
yeah.
you back around tonight after the shop closes.
Sure. I'll be here.
And I suppose you're made aware that he's attempting to charm you. But it doesn't stick because he's a really low-level caster and you're a friggin' level 13 monk.
I barely made the save if that's... if that counts for anything.
So Nath is scrubbing out chamber pots all morning.
Yep.
How'd that perception check go?
21.
21.
See, I'm good at investigation.
Well,
Reading
not that good.
Not as good as Riot.
Here and there, during the course of your day, keeping your ears open, there seems to be a major harmonium operation in the works. Way above your pay grade. Not like your real pay grade. Like if they knew you were actually a lieutenant, you'd be in on it. But it sounds like there's going to be a big march on the Great Bazaar. A general kind of peacekeeping thing moving in. And you're hearing kind of conflicting reports. On one hand, it sounds like things have been out of hand for too long in the bazaar. There hasn't been enough oversight. A lot of complaints are coming out of there. It's time to reestablish our muscle in that area of the city. Which sounds pretty reasonable. Crime is very rampant in that area. A lot of people are getting fleeced, stabbed, etc. The other thing you're hearing is more like, this is such an excellent opportunity to just go in and bust some in-depths. Like, how great is it going to be to run them in the cobbles again? It's been too long.
And Dwarf's hangout is in the bazaar or in some...
No, Dwarf's is way up in the lower ward.
Okay.
Near to the ditch, as I recall, actually. It was like on the border of lower ward and the hive. What is your intelligence score?
Nath's?
Yeah.
20.
I would hope so.
He's a super nerd.
Make an intelligence check.
$12.
12?
Yep.
If you were going to plan an operation that needed to be quick and needed to be under wraps to the rank and file, you would hide it by planning a much larger, more popular operation at the same time.
Okay.
Are you doing anything specific, or are you just trying to keep your head down and...
Today I'm just trying to keep my head down.
Okay.
And get that information and then disappear like I'm going to go spend whatever 4 copper or whatever they pay me at the local bar.
Oh, they don't pay you anything. You
Okay.
don't get paid.
Just room and board.
Yeah, basically. It's
Okay.
it's a barracks. That's what they do.
They pay people at a barracks, Brick Road.
Not in the harmonium. Your payment is just the pleasure of serving the harmonium, of being part of the only group that matters.
Well, how pleasurable is it?
Every faction is a cult. Let's just... For the afternoon portion of Nath's shifts, are you going to try to embellish on the information you've learned, or just keep your head down for the rest of the day?
Honestly, as soon as I figure that much out, I'm just gonna like any namer, just sort of decide, just maybe scrubbing chamber pots isn't really, and just sort of try and duck out when nobody's paying a lot of attention to me particularly.
So try to get out of the barracks in the middle of your shift, just bail on it.
Yep.
Okay. Make a hide check.
Thank you, Magic Cloak. Where's the character sheet? There we go. Stealth, and I'm pretty dexterous. That'd be a 20.
Okay. They're going to notice that you're gone, but nobody notices you leave.
Oh yeah, obviously they're going to notice that I'm gone, and then I'm immediately going to go and inform Dwarf of what I found out.
Okay. Kelian. It's going to take you most of the morning just to put the mechanism in place to try to get my liege's schedule down.
That's fine.
Do you invest any personal resources into this?
Gold? Yeah.
Gold, influence, calling in favors, anything of the note, anything of the sort?
Money. And yeah, just money.
Okay. How much are you willing to put into this?
500.
500 gold?
Yeah. Yep.
Some of your low-level runners who do business in the ladies' ward, Nylesia's personal schedule it's kind of an open secret. Like, it's not absolutely secret of what she does. She spends most of her time in the prison, but for 500 gold, they'll be able to get you finer details, and they'll have them available for you probably tonight, just before anti-peak.
Sounds good.
All right. So
I'm trying to figure out just how head over heels Kelian. Because it's gone from wanting pure revenge on Darkwood to why am I still doing this? So.
It has to be a specific kind of revenge now. What's Riot's afternoon action?
I think Riot is going to. I kind of want to talk to Fred a little bit, and I wonder if the dream spell is the best way to do that.
What's Mahogany's afternoon action?
I'm gonna go get Kelian.
What's Kelian's?
He's going to continue the information about Nylesia.
I mean,
But he would be at the temple otherwise then.
That's done as far as your involvement is concerned. You spent the morning getting your people together, giving them the resources.
Gotcha. Just chill at the temple then. For the time
So in
being.
that case, Mahogany just waits, and Kelian eventually just walks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Liberation's afternoon action.
I'd be coming back to the temple too. A little bit of a spring mist. I got a date tonight.
And that's going to report to Dwath. Okay.
Yep.
So your report to Dwath, you just lay it out for him. This is what I've learned. This is how quickly. He tells you that, knowing that you're not super familiar with the City of Doors, but that Hardhead's moving into the Great Bazaar, the amount of violence would be enormous. And that what he's going to do immediately, and I mean immediately, he snaps his fingers and one of his guys comes to, is he's going to pass word over to some of his people in the bazaar and make sure they harden their defenses. He says...
Do you really want to... Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Do you really want to provoke a fight by hardening defenses? Maybe you should just clean up anything that gives them an excuse and let them just walk through a quiet, calm street.
He says that that's not likely.
All right.
Just
you know your people better than I do.
In this particular situation, violence is inevitable. And the fact that it's his faction that wants to trigger it is one of the reasons he thinks it needs to be cleaned up. The best he can do, his goals when things like this go down, are first of all to minimize casualties, like civilian casualties, and second, to make sure it's very clear who the aggressors were. And they've gotten very good at this.
Oh, I'm glad of that. And he sort of just gives him this look like, this is why I hate your goddamn city.
And you tell him the second part?
Yep.
He asks if you've learned when this operation's supposed to go down.
Well, they didn't really obviously buy a story. I was just, doing menial work. So I don't have any specific information, but I've got more than enough magic to move you safely if that's the goal.
Okay.
I think we should at least find out if they're going to hit this place, but I can hit you with non-detection, invisibility, fly. We got a lot of options. If you have another place you can move your operation to for a few days, that's probably preferable.
He says if he does that, that he'll lose contact with you for that time.
I can always hit you with sending.
Then he gives the orders to his people to start clearing this place out. He calls one gentleman over. Introduces you to him. His name is Knight Number 2.
Okay.
He tells you this is one of the guys that was with Serenity when she went down.
Oh, so he's either Big Tim, Valborga, or who was the last one?
No, this is
It's Big
definitely,
Tim.
this is absolutely Big Tim.
Okay.
Okay.
And Big Tim is a big guy. I mean, you can absolutely take him because you're a level 13 wizard and he's a CR3 knight.
Right.
But Dwath assigns him to you. More to keep an eye on you than anything.
You own him.
He says that he'll help you as much as he can in any way that he can. But if you turn out to be playing them false, if you turn out to be playing some kind of game, Tim will know about it.
Fair enough. Do you trust me enough to let me give you one spell before you move your operation?
What spell do you offer?
Non-detection. Will prevent you from any sort of magical sight or scrying.
Dwath actually already has something like that in place.
Okay, good.
I mean, if he didn't, they would have found him before.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And immediately the people set to work gathering up weapons and things and starting to move them out of this area.
Well, Tim, let's go hit up a temple.
Riot, you're casting the Dream spell to attempt to converse with Fred.
Yeah.
And that works across planes of existence, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, Fred could not be more delighted. Unless you send him the Nightmare version, then he'll be kind of...
No.
So why are you rapping with Fred?
This is something that I had kind of wanted to develop over a while.
Mm-hmm.
My end game is to have a unique 8th or 9th level spell, and I was going to try and develop it, but then you introduced it into the campaign. I want to learn how to do what that Anarchist did, which is basically like power word knock and open a whole bunch of locked doors at the same time.
And you think Fred would know how to do something like that?
I think he would help me learn how to start developing it.
Okay. Power word knock. That's what we're actually going to call the spell, by the way.
That's
We're
kind.
We're going to have to.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Knock.
But you have to say it, not knock it.
So what Fred can do is, I mean, he couches it up as in poetry and stories and whatnot, and probably half lies. But he runs down a list of resources that you would have to amass to do this kind of thing. Chasing stories all over the plains, putting lyrics of songs together, rearranging them, using different keys or instruments, whatever it is you bards do.
He's a bard.
Here's mechanically how it's going to work.
Oh, this is you saying it, not him.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
I'm telling you what Riot's going to
Yeah.
have to do, and I'm about to
Yeah.
tell you how much it's going to cost, basically.
I was just thrown by the whatever it is you bards do line.
What's the... Yeah, bards, you and Fred, plural.
Yeah.
That was grammatically correct.
He was surprised you were
When
speaking
is the
this
next
way.
time Riot gets new spells known? Does she get that at her next level up, or the one following that?
That's a good question. Let me check my book real quick. I didn't get any of this level, which is like one of the only bard levels where I don't get new spells.
Okay.
Next level I do get a new one, but that's like a 7th level. I'm not going to be ready for 8th or 9th for a while.
This won't be an 8th or 9th level spell.
Okay.
Because Knock itself is only a 2nd level spell, and we're putting together a more powerful version of Knock, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will get 7th level No, next level. Yeah.
Okay. Let me make a note to develop this spell, because I'm going to have to research what level it needs to be and what the components are and everything.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is I will get back to you with a number in gold, how much Riot's going to need to invest in this, and a number in downtime actions she's going to need to invest in this.
Gotcha.
And if she gets all that done by the next time she levels up, or next time she gets a new spell slot, basically, then I'll let you just have that spell.
Okay. And if not, then by the next one and so forth.
Right.
Conceivably, though, this is probably something you could use to spend your anarchist money on, though, because you're doing it to do anarchist asshole things.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely ultimately toward the cause.
Fred is very excited to know what you're going to do with this sort of magic.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell him?
I tell him there's no end to the sorts of uses I could put a spell like this to.
All you got to do is say spoilers.
My thought, just off the cuff, without sitting down and doing any research, is making it either a 4th or 5th level spell, giving it a radius instead of a range, and making it not work on arcane locks. It only opens mundane locks in a big radius, because that's essentially what he did in the madhouse.
We can talk about the details of that after the session.
Oh yeah, I'll work it out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Back at the temple. Everybody's hanging out at the temple. I'm just gonna leave it at that and go. Those of you who are at the temple, the knights. He spent the entire morning, he says, giving thanks to Her Eminence, the Lady Osprey, for sending you to rescue him.
Mm-hmm.
All in a day's work.
And Riot will just say, well, remember that name and remember to continue to give thanks and tell everyone you meet that he rescued you.
Here's his dilemma, is his knightly order does not exist anymore, and he's devastated. Nothing can bring his brothers back. And continuing the work that his knighthood was doing is a worthy cause, but he feels that now he's been given new life for a new cause. And he would enter into Osprey's servitude and become her sword.
Oh, so a paladin of Osprey then?
Probably not a paladin, just...
Well, yeah. Boy, that would be weird.
You're going for the upsell, huh?
That would be weird.
Yeah, that's delightful to Riot. I mean, we can throw together a ceremony for you if I'd like to. No, this is a thing. Dedication, that's part of the ceremony spell.
It's also not Riot's job. It's Yashnar's job.
Well, Riot's the high priest here.
How do the rest of you, Mahogany, Kelian, and Liberation, are there? How do you guys react to this night?
If that's what he wants, then hey, it's more than welcome for him. I mean, it's his. No one can tell him what his path in life is. He has to decide what it is for himself.
Okay.
Or let Riot do it for him.
And he's decided, and he's made an excellent choice.
So somebody make a note. Probably Riot, because this is her temple. Well, it's Yashnar's temple.
It's Kelian's temple.
No, that's not even true anymore.
What?
Wait, is it? No, it is true.
Yeah, no.
Never-
Kelian.
It is true.
Yeah.
It
Kelian has the deed.
Like
You can pry it out of his cold dead hand.
everybody's got their toes in this temple at some point.
I've got my beds in this temple.
Eriador is a 5th level fighter. And he is essentially at your disposal for any task or quest that involves Osprey service, or that he can be convinced is Osprey service. Making that abundantly clear.
You know I have a plus 15 to deception, right?
I am aware.
Oh my god.
I'm giving you Eriador as part of the Osprey
Yeah.
banana that was spent.
No, that was a good banana. I got a lot out of it.
You get a lot. The banana makes a big change.
It's a fresh banana.
So, now that that's out of the way, the other three of you who were there at the temple have business together.
Right. Which is me and Nash, and who else? Not Nash, Nath.
Mahogany, Kelian, and Liberation all had business at the temple.
Oh, that's
there.
right.
Nath is showing up eventually. I'm just telling Kelian to wait up here for a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelian is obliging. He's got plenty of money to count.
Yeah, and about that, Riot found a guy. Riot, tell him about the guy.
Oh, there's a fungus merchant who can help us with our breathing problems.
Okay.
I love this game because I get to say sentences like that.
The Abyss. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Abyss.
Yeah. Mahogany here can cast a spell, but he needs a particular material component to do it.
Okay.
And it's rare and expensive and dangerous. I don't have the money. All my money goes into Osman service. I got to tithe it away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what we need from you is to obtain this fungus.
Do I just need to pay somebody? Do I need to go somewhere?
I think.
Hey man, however you want to get that fungus, that's up to you.
Okay.
I mean, we can give you the name and where he is, and then that's, do your thing.
All right.
The easiest way to get a dangerous fungus is to not use protection when you sleep with a satyr. Surefire way. Works every time.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. Apparently this fungus is, super dangerous, though. So probably find out how to not die.
Yeah, you want something to contain it, because you definitely don't want to carry it around in your open.
You definitely don't want to die.
Yeah.
In my head, Riot and Mahogany are talking to Kelian as he's sitting down, and he's just shifting his eyes back and forth as they speak.
Liberation's looking directly into Kelian's eyes from over their shoulder.
Right.
Okay.
Do you allow smoking in the temple?
I would have to okay it with Yashnars.
That's true.
What does Yashnars think?
Yashnars doesn't have an opinion.
The pirate temple.
Yeah. Smoke 'em.
So, to be clear, I need to talk to a guy, figure out why this fungus is dangerous, and have some sort of transportation, and maybe need to pay this guy.
Probably need to pay him a lot of money.
You probably need to pay him, yeah. I don't know any other way you'd have of getting this fungus.
Okay, but he will get the fungus if I give him
He will get
money.
the fungus for you.
Okay.
You just need to give him the money for the fungus.
Got it. Do you know how much money?
I have absolutely no idea how much money it is. But
So,
I
here's
do
the
know
thing.
where there's a large amount of money.
The thing is, I was told that a bottle of breath, which is the cheaper alternative to this material component, will run us something like 500 to 1,000 gold. So, more than that.
Do you describe how this would work? How the mechanics of that bottle of breath?
I know I don't describe the bottle of breath at all, because we're not doing the bottle of breath. We're doing no breath.
Okay.
Oh.
So here, as the priest in the room, I'm going to go ahead and we'll take this moment to have a kind of a wake for Serenity. You know what Serenity really didn't like is she hated when we stopped breathing. She really was a huge fan of us breathing, I think.
I think she wasn't the only one.
So, because of that, I'm thinking she'd be okay with you spending her money on us not dying.
And then Kelian's demeanor changes immediately. Her money.
Right, not your money. You just do your thing where you convince him to take less money.
And then
You're good at that, right?
And then he puts two into her money. All right. Okay. Yeah.
That sounded suspicious, but I'm not going to ask any questions. You know your business more than I do.
Is anything else
Kelian
happening
is
at the temple?
going to take all of Serenity's money in the rat hole now. So,
So you're just gonna get there first and claim it?
yeah.
All right. Well, you can move that money to your character sheet and just worry. I mean, are you? Because you're storing a lot of your money in the temple, aren't you?
No.
I mean, he's not even.
He's got
gonna
his
move
own
it.
thing. I don't know what he's doing.
It's at the rat hole, and he keeps
Yeah.
his money at the rat hole. So
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't even need to move it. It's just there.
He just needs to organize
Yeah.
it better.
Yeah.
She had hers dumped in a barrel. Okay. So what's Riot doing that evening?
Well, he's.
I was told somebody is supposed to come and meet me at the temple. This like new Serenity person, who
Yeah.
is as near as Riot can figure, based on the scant details that Mahogany's provided, nothing at all like Serenity.
Is everybody staying at the temple except Kelian?
Yeah, except Mahogany. As soon as he can tell, he has an animal spy outside,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as he can tell that Nath's coming down the road, he's gonna go. Oh, I think they're on their way. Let me go greet them so that they don't get nervous.
Is Kelian there for this? It sounds like Kelian has to go talk to dude about a fungus.
No,
Yeah.
this will
Well,
happen
you-
this
you have-
evening.
You you wait here, and you can talk about the
Okay.
fungus tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, so everybody's going to be at the temple tonight. We're doing fungus tomorrow?
We're doing
So-
fungus tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, my last question then is anyone told Kelian that there's a new Serenity in town, or is this just going to happen?
I think
No, yeah.
I think Mahogany
I wanted to call it-
just flippantly mentioned, "Oh, a new Serenity happened."
Well, I'm asking the people in the know if anyone has told Kelian. By the way,
I mean,
New
you
Serenity.
probably heard us talking about
Yeah,
it because
Well-
there's a reason we're making you stay here.
yeah.
Got it.
And if
Got
you
it.
hear Riot would mention that like, oh, that somebody is apparently replacing Serenity.
because that's going to change Kelian's demeanor considerably.
So,
Well, no one could ever replace Serenity.
Yeah, that's very true. He's
They
not
could
a
just take
replacement
her
for
position
Serenity.
and do her things.
as Nath approaches the temple, there is a very interested rat in the road watching him approach.
Yeah, and then Mahogany hurries outside. He goes, okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. Riot likes it when people tell her she's right. So what you need to do is agree with most of what Riot says, and for sure talk a lot of shit about the hard heads and the heads in town. You know that spiel you gave about how like they're all up to a bunch of garbage and don't care about the common man and all that? Yeah, say that a lot. Be very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Kelian is the other man in the room. Don't take his stuff. Like, he's easy. You're not gonna have any issues with him. Okay, we cool?
Stuff.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So,
And Mahogany waves at me. Take that badge off. Take it off.
Yeah, it's like, is he wearing the Harmonium armor when he comes in? Is he wearing the badge of office, all that stuff?
No, he's got the badge under his cloak.
What about the
He
armor?
doesn't have any colors other than that.
Okay. So Riot doesn't immediately throw him out then.
well, like by definition, he owns a set of Harmonium light armor. Whether he's
Yeah, that's what
wearing
I'm
it or not
asking.
is up to him.
No, he's just wearing his cloak.
Okay. And is Riot, how's she dressed? Is she wearing her Osprey vestments?
Yeah,
Okay.
Riot loves Osprey.
So Mahogany brings new Serenity into the room.
Hey everyone, this is Nath. Everyone say hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Nath? How do you spell
Hello. Nath.
that? Alright.
Nath is here in town to help prevent the assassination of a Factal. Remember that thing that Serenity was way into?
Why?
Because
Actually, I'm
thought
here
we-
to safeguard someone who has spoken of you, though. And he's going to look around the room a bit. Do you mind if we bring this discussion someplace a bit more secure?
This temple's pretty secure.
Right, just do the magic thing. Right, he's going to do some magic stuff. It's going to make the temple really safe. Don't worry, we
Kelian
were
says
already here. It's
nothing.
fine.
Kelian
Is
says
there
nothing,
a-
but just takes a drag of his cigarette.
Is there a less public room we could move this to at least?
I mean, we could go to Kelian's room. I slept in there last night. It's very comfortable.